Yes, little doggy.
All
Hi.
right, I have students. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear anybody yet. How come I can't hear anything? I did. It's all the way up. All right. How's everybody doing? Let's unmute everyone. There we go. All right. Let's see. I have Aiden, Charbel, Daniel, Giovanni. Looks like some guy I don't know. Devin, you have a weird picture. What was that about? Huh? I thought I just got Zoom bombed.
Uh,
All right. Matt, can you hear us? Yes or no? Devin, you can hear me, yeah?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Can everybody else hear me? I haven't gotten responses from anyone else yet.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Good. All right, does anybody have questions? No?
Nah.
You guys were supposed to come prepared with questions. That's why I'm doing this.
Oh shoot.
Are you guys all comfortable?
Wait, can we
Yep.
yeah, I got a question actually. Can we get like is it possible to do like PowerPoints with audio?
Like me on the audio?
Yeah, like lecture audio type thing.
So in the course documents in each chapter, there's a couple tutorials where I voice over. Let me see if I can share my screen and show you what I'm talking about. But the short answer is no. There is just not enough time right now for me to go through every remaining chapter and voice over. But there are tutorials. So let me show you really quick here. I forget how I do this. Hold on. I'm still kind of new to this technology. So I got to call it up first and then I can show you. Okay. So let's go back to Zoom and I'll share my screen and I want this one. All right. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, let's get the right one. Should be my Blackboard screen. I don't know why. Maybe if I just change tabs. Okay. That? Oh, there's my cute dog. Okay, can you guys all see the Blackboard homepage right here? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we go to one of the sections that some of you are in, and we go over to course documents, and then go down to, we'll pick a chapter. Let's try chapter 6. Usually each one of these has, so the thing where it says screencast, chapter 6 screencast,
Yeah.
that's under a 15-minute tutorial. I picked what I thought was the hardest concept in each chapter and went through and explained it in a little more detail. So if you watch those would be helpful. And then if you have questions on other stuff, just email me.
All
Cool.
right.
Cool. All right. So what else? What else do we got? You guys are all muted. How do I unmute you? Unmute. I'm unmuting everybody so that I can hear you all. I'm trying. Aiden, I don't know. Yours keeps going back. All right. Anybody else have questions?
Is there still going to be like extra credit for everything that we do?
Yeah, so you still have the extra credit for your vocabulary and your outlines. You can also do the science behind the music. That's in the extra credit folder. That I'll substitute as a quiz, or I'll add 10 points to wherever it's going to help you the best.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. What else we got, guys? Anything? Let me ask you a question. How's everybody doing?
Hanging in there.
Yeah, doing okay. You guys, are you bored or are you busy?
Busy.
Both.
Very bored.
A little bit of both. I'm busy. I keep seeing people complaining about, oh, I'm so bored and I cleaned my house and I want to eat everything in the cupboards. And I'm just like, I wish I had time to be bored. This online stuff is crazy. Are you guys all doing okay with the online? Are you keeping up with the work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
adjustment, but it's all right.
You guys, have you all looked at the course schedule?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Did I hear a no? I heard a no. All right, let's just review the course schedule really quick because that's super important. And I'll show you how to get there. This is the main thing. And I've tried to stress in my communications with you guys how important it is to look at this. So if we go back to course documents, there in the very beginning, at the top, it says course schedule, very important. There's two. These are the same thing. One opens in Excel and the other one opens just as a regular PDF. So if you don't have Excel, you can still see it. So I'm going to open the Excel one.
Hang on.
It should open in a second here. All right, so everything that you need to do is on here. And I tried to keep it steady so that you had the same type of work due on the same day of the week. And I tried really hard not to overload you because you guys know we lost a week of the semester.
Yeah.
So every Tuesday there's a lab. So you can see topographic maps was due on the 24th, taxonomy was due on the 31st. Then every Friday is a quiz or a test. So those are in red on purpose, right? So quizzes and tests on Fridays. And then you have this new thing that you have to do, which are the discussions. And so you can see on Thursday, you have all of your discussions if one's due. On test weeks, there's no discussions. There's just an opportunity for you to review. To do your discussions, you just read the article or watch the short video that goes along with it, and then you answer the question. So every discussion has a little, share your thoughts or explain the second law of thermodynamics or something like that. And you just create a thread responding to that. And then you respond to a student's response. So that's how you get credit for your discussions. And then it's the same every week. So upcoming this week, we have the stream analysis lab report. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit. Nothing is actually due to be submitted this coming week, the 14th. You just need to work on your lab report, which is kind of heavy duty. And you'll see I gave you, where does it do? Should be on here.
Wait, so we have to also respond
It's a
to
week
people's.
after Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's the week after. I don't know why it's not on this one. Yeah, you're supposed to respond to another student's discussion to try to like have a conversation.
Well, can we still like go back and do that if we didn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that at previous ones?
Yep,
Alright.
everything is open. So everything that has been opened from spring break is remaining open until the second grace period. And the second grace period you can see right here is May 6th. So that's where you got to have everything in, is by the 6th. I will take off late points if you have an exam, just because I don't want you guys to get behind. But you have technically until the 6th where you won't have zeros in your grade. I don't recommend waiting until the end because there's a lot to do. So try to keep up with the schedule. And then, yeah, your lab reports are due. I gave you 2 weeks, so those should be due on the 28th, which I'm gonna make myself a note. I don't know if, why that's not on there. So fix the due date on the lab report. So yeah, any other questions before I talk about the lab report? Some of you are still
No.
new. No, we're good.
No.
No, good.
All right, cool.
No good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at where you go for your lab report stuff. So let me go to you have your separate lab page. Oh, that might be why it's not, that was on the lecture page. It's probably on your lab page because that's where it's important. Every instructor is doing their lab slightly different. So you need, if you're not in my lab, you need to pay close attention to your lab instructor's guidance. Everyone's more or less following what I've put together. I think with some, give or take a little bit. So you guys are all familiar with your lab's Corona.
Mhm.
Good. And then here's the stream analysis. It says on the folder that the report is due on the 14th. Can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yep, so we open that, and there's 2 parts to this. This is normally a 2-week lab when we're doing it on campus. That's why I gave you 2 weeks to submit the lab report. The lab that is the following week, the OSHWA, it's really easy. It's just a virtual field trip, so it shouldn't be too taxing on you. So here is where you submit. Now, hopefully you're all submitting to your assignment link here. I've had a lot of students email their work. Just make sure you're not doing that. I don't think any of you have. So I think you're all on track there. And then, of course, always read the online directions because this is just a little more guidance on how to do it in the online fashion, okay? When it says BI 105 lab manual, that's actually directly from your lab manual. So you'll need to read through that to get some of the background information. And then here's your stream analysis 1 and 2 from the lab manual. And then in here are pictures. So microinvertebrates are the little tiny creatures in the stream, and macroinvertebrates are the bigger stuff. So I'm gonna open that. I'm actually gonna call it up from mine because it will open. And so this guy, okay. So because you're not actually able to, I'm just gonna open a few things up here. Because you're not actually able to go into the lab, and you know, go out into the field and actually find these creatures and look at them underneath the microscope, I have compiled a bunch of pictures and things for you to use. So let me just scroll through this. Here are the online directions explaining this is your lab report, what you're testing for. We're basically testing for the nutrients. There's videos for you to watch that show the demonstration both in lab and in the field, you know, what you would be doing. And these are your two major parts, right? You have your non-living data and you have your living data. And you're gonna be discussing the results from both categories in your lab report. This is showing you collection of nutrients and abiotic parameters. This is showing you collection of the biotic, so the critters. This is a map just to kind of show you where the stream is, where the field site is. And these are the 3 locations. So the ABC is where the groups would be broken up along the creek, taking samples. So you can see here's all the data. You're going to compile it into a data table, very similar to what you find in your lab manual. So you can basically just copy that, but create it in your Word file. And then the biotic data. So here come the critters. So these are the critters that we would have found in the lab, for example. They're all very different. I'm just going to scroll through so you can kind of see. See how this one is green and it's under the compound scope? And see how this one is under the stereoscope?
Wait, I only see your browser.
No,
Yeah, I only see your.
What do you see?
I
Your
only see
just
the,
like your browser,
You only see my browser.
like the Blackboard. Yeah.
Oh, okay, here, let me see. Let me fix that. Oh, so that whole time I was talking, you guys weren't seeing anything. I don't know why.
Nah.
All right, hold on. Let's fix that. How do I go back into full screen? All right, I'll stop share. All right, now I gotta pick it again. Okay, let's see. Now, can you see creatures?
Yeah.
there it goes.
Okay. Okay, so see how the green one says compound scope and this brown
Yeah.
wormy looking thing says stereoscope? Can you guys guess which one is bigger based upon having done the scope lab?
the brown one.
Yeah, the brown one. No,
Good.
no.
So
The
the,
brown one.
yep. So the brown one, anything that's labeled the stereoscope, that's going to be your macro invertebrates. So when you go and you look at that file, that's the big benthic stuff that lives on the bottom. And then your compound scope, that's all the teeny tiny stuff where you actually have to use a microscope slide to look at it. Now, this one is green. Do you guys know why? What can it do?
Photosynthesis.
Yes, boom, photosynthesis. Now, this one is also under the compound scope, so it's tiny, but it's not green, so it can't photosynthesize. Let me go back to the one I just opened. Let's see. No, I gotta do this. I want to show you the files you're going to use to ID. Okay, so no. I love you.
Oh, you can't kiss me in front of kids?
No. Sorry, that was my husband.
It was R-rated. You guys can't see it.
Okay, so here are the posters. Can you guys see that now?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
little the nematode and the rotifer. Okay, so you're gonna use the images that I gave you in that last file, and you're gonna match them up to the creatures that are in these. There's 3 of these files, or 2 of them. So you'll just go through and match them up and then write their names and make a table. And then the last thing I want to show you with the lab report is the guidelines here. So lots of screens. There we go. Okay. So we'll share that. So see at the bottom, this is back on the Blackboard screen. And at the very bottom, we have the lab report guidelines. This file walks you through step by step how to write a lab report. And then it also has a rubric. So I'll show you that rubric. It's loading. Okay, can you guys see the file I just opened, or are you still looking at Blackboard?
I was just looking at
Blackboard.
Blackboard.
Okay, it's still Blackboard. Okay, all right, hold on. I'm getting it figured. Share. Here it is. Okay. Sorry, I know there's a lot of little. Okay, so now you can see it says guidelines for writing the Streamlab.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just kind of cruise through this. Okay, these are all your directions. It tells you how to write the introduction. Don't forget to use your hypothesis. Basically, let me ask you a question, guys. Would you drink the water in Starch Factory Stream?
No.
No.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I would.
Do you think it's clean enough to drink?
No.
No, I just think it's dirty.
Yeah, it's probably dirty. So you could say, you know, hypothesis of this study is that Starch Factory Creek is polluted. And then in your conclusions, you're going to determine whether the results show that. And in your lab book, under Stream Analysis 1 and 2, which you'll be reading through for this, there's all these thresholds of what is considered safe to drink, or, you know, too little oxygen, so fish avoid it. And you're going to use those values to determine whether or not the water quality is healthy. And so as you go through, this kind of shows you step by step how to do everything. And then at the very bottom, you're going to read through this slowly. Okay, I know I'm cruising through it, but you're going to read through it slowly. And then at the very bottom here, this is the rubric. This is literally the paper that I use to grade you. So I'll be going through and making sure you did your title page correctly. And then did you define abiotic? Did you give examples of abiotic parameters? Did you define and explain nitrate, phosphate, and dissolved oxygen? And then I will check or minus. Not sure how I'm gonna get this, but that's what I do. I pull this out, and that keeps it even as far as grading goes. And everything's in here. So this is basically an outline for you to just follow. Okay. And then you always got to have references. Don't forget about references. And then parenthetical references are those in-text citations. So after you do like a quote, you're going to put at the end your author and the year of the publication you use. And I know that we're all very much online right now, but the library does have resources. You should be using your textbook and your lab book. But if you are using web pages, sometimes there's an author, so try to list that. And you also have to use the date you access a web page in order for it to be a valid citation. So that's the quick and dirty on the lab report, which is your upcoming lab this week. I'll do that. So how we doing?
Good.
We're good.
All right. You guys think of anything else you want to chat about? No?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, if you think of anything, email me. I recorded this, so any student who wants to check it, I'm gonna put that up. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. All right, well, I hope everyone's doing good. I'll probably do another one of these towards the end of the semester in a couple weeks. But if anybody feels like they need another one, just email me and I'll set it up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah,
Stay
thank
healthy,
you.
everybody.
You too.
Thank
Stay
you.
home, yo.
Have a good one.
Staying home. Take care.
Bye.